And that's why you need to play those sort of hands aggressively, because you get the binkage on those hands quite a bit when you play them. I'll be back on camera here shortly. I'm going to take the break sign off, but I'm going to leave the camera off for just a couple more minutes. I will be back shortly, though. I think I could have played back there as well, but clearly I knew that trigger was going to be pretty strong with that hand at that stage. It could have easily been I suppose, been a tilt shove, but that's not going to happen all that often. The pair of queens, I've got a queen blocker out here, so we're less likely to see a third queen, but I still think playing it for raise is going to probably work out best for me most of the time. If I just play the bring in, there's going to have way too many people come into the pot as well with it, I think. I want to keep putting money in this pot because it looks like there's a really good chance that I'm the only one playing a high hand at this point. Clearly that can change as the hands go on, but I still think that I'm going to get the most out of this by having these guys fighting for low while I'm the only one playing a nice solid pair queen high here. Now, I should say, obviously, pair queen's not going to be always the best high hand in a stud game. Lots of chances for people to get two pair and things like that. Now that I'm playing the set, which it was obviously this was the case queen, because of course we saw Malaparis had the fourth, had the other queen as well. So was the only queen we could get, and that gives us a full house. So unless Unicorn is playing, we could split a low, but we could actually be taking this full pot if Unicorn's bricked out. Which it looks like they have. Binkage. That's always a nice way to go. Not always gonna hit the full house there, but it didn't really matter whether we hit the full house or not with the way that hand played out. We were betting, and Unicorn was folding there, no matter what we hit. So, the full house was kind of irrelevant. I think I get rid of this one now. Right, so we have next level in, it's currently level 10, late reg through level 10, next level in 1 minute. So we're pretty much finished with registration. I'll just watch this. We'll give a final update once registration has actually closed. Should be very shortly. Oh, I will put the webcam back on as well. I just realized I haven't put the webcam back on yet. There we go. I'm back. Hello. Hello. The camera is a little bit happier uh, about my lighting this time around. It's been some issues with the lighting when I turn it on. It's been going dark light, dark light, dark light. It's been having some issues trying to figure out what sort of the light level it wants to work out are, but seemed to work okay this time. That's cool. This is definitely a hand we want to get involved with. Deuce 3-5 in a high-low context is almost always going to be a strong hand with The only other, yeah, we're definitely looking fairly happy here. Um, and that's us. Oh no, he took the, just on the final card, took the sixes to take the high pot away from us. So I'm obviously in this one on the strength of the ace three, pair of threes. Not that happy with that, obviously. Going to be a pretty weak low hand most of the time. I don't think we're going to be getting rid of it quite yet, but nines are about the worst card that you can see in a high-low game. They just really are, you know, going to be crap for your hand almost all the time that you see them. I think we're weak enough now that we're just getting out of the way. The low is what low we did have on the ace three has really gone badly, and we're just going to get out of the way here. I think saving a big bet's always going to be important there, getting out of the way at the right time. Trigger out in 15th place. Into level 11 now, so registration is closed with 29 people total, leaving 4. Definitely going to be seeing some cards with the pair of kings there. 4 places being paid out, $38.28 up top for first, and fourth place min cash is paying out $10.44. Not too bad on a 330 investment. You got to think that Willow's raises here make look like they're rolled up. I don't know. The Kings are not looking nearly as strong as they were initially. I mean, I'm definitely the three sevens back here, or maybe sevens and nines now. Seems really likely. Clubs seem less likely because of the action on 4th Street, but I think that I'm, going to continue at this point. I think the kings and queens have got to be the best high hand most of the time at this stage, I think. So, I don't really know what else I can do other than put money in the pot. Binkage! Alrighty, that vaults us up into first place overall. It's the way these tournaments go. One big hand like that, and boom, you can really have a change in position. Knocks Willow out in 14th place. Get rid of the Jack King 6. So 11,444. The next highest is Boris Ravens. Saw him on the first table we were playing at. If you recall, if you were watching back then, so we've actually seen him play. He's a pretty good player. He is second, but 2,000 chips underneath of us. Another 2,000 chips down is Poker Griffin at third. Poker Griffin, I think, is right next to me to my left on this table. Oh, and he has actually dropped again. No, he's still in second, but he's now more than 2,000 chips back in third. The King 9-7, not worth the plastic that the cards are printed on, frankly. Ruslan all in. Takes it down. Two pair. 8s and 7s versus 5s and 4s. Puts Malaparis in pretty rough shape. I don't think that my Queen Jack 5 is really worth getting involved with. The small stack right now is Malaparis in 13th with 1,049. Pair of aces puts Malaparis all in, and we got a set of deuces is going to take that away. Oh, but Malaparis takes the low, so splits a pot. I think with the ace deuce and the nutted hearts, we're going to get involved with this. It's probably going to be a split pot. I'm going to keep betting though because I can push EV off pots quite a bit if the low isn't working out. And it looks like it is working out for them, but I can still push them off pots and take full ones. But it's going to be, ooh, and it's not a split that time. That's rather nasty. That's okay. Shit like that's going to happen. I'm still in first. Yep, I'm still still in the chip lead. Still chip leader. That's cool. I'd be cool with that. 6, 7, 10. Neither of those are the greatest. It's not the greatest at either end there, but I think it's worth seeing some cards with. The king wasn't the greatest card for our hand. Probably need to be. We got a gut shot to the 8 now. Which is not really going to be great for us, but we're never going to hit a low now, and that's going to be a serious problem for the hand. There's not a lot of other lows. Well, actually, no, there are. Everybody else except for Evie is potentially playing a low at the moment, so playing low draw, I should say. So really all I'm drawing to at this point is the 8, which would give me the 6 to 10 straight, and I don't think I really don't think I have the odds to make that draw. So we're getting out of the way. Malaparis all in now. After that crippling hand, all in with the ante. I don't think I'm involved with the only the 7 and the king queen. I'm still first in chips. Evie's right on my tail though now with just about 900 less than me is all. Malaparis out in 13th. 12 people left. We're getting out of the way here as well, I think. No reason to get involved. Selfishly speaking, it'd be nice to see Evie lose some chips. But it'd be nice to see Poker Griffin actually, I think, knock out Blue Unicorn and take some chips off Evie at the same time. That would be awesome, but it doesn't look like that's the way it's going to work. And Evie takes over the chip lead by 50 chips from me. I'm getting involved with the pair of jacks here, I think. Three of a kind jacks with the flush draw. We don't have a low. Evie might have a low now, potentially, but could also be bricking the low as well. I'm happy with the three of a kind jacks for high. Pretty reasonable to split that pot. That's the way it's going to go most of the time. Not much play with that hand either direction. So we've just got to get out of the way. Looks like Rustland's going to be all in with a pair of kings. And split pot. High-low games can be terribly anticlimactic in those situations where you're hoping somebody's going to get knocked out because there's an all-in, and then you realize it's a high-low game, and yeah, it's going to get split pot 80% of the time. So what are you going to do? Kind of anticlimactic that way, but that's also one of the nice things about high-low is that there's a couple of different ways you can make your hand, and it makes your life a little bit easier sometimes. Blue Unicorn is all in and all out now, finished in 12th place. With Evie now in the commanding chip lead. I am still fairly commandingly in second without too much of a problem. But only 11 people remaining in the tournament now. Pair of aces with an 8 and diamonds. We're absolutely getting involved in this hand. There's really no excuse not to be playing this fairly aggressively. So our low draw is working out for us. I think we're just continuing to pile money in and putting Rustland all in. Ah, and again, split pot. Ah, was hoping to be able to knock him out there. This is one we're going to continue to see. We've got good low draw possibilities here. I think it's definitely worth we're seeing. Gonna check through, take a free fifth card. I think we're just gonna get out of the way. No point in padding Rustland's stack any more than we're going to in this hand, and it's just not working out for us. So best to get out of the way. Pair of fives with a jack. Not as good of a hand as you might think. There's not really good low possibilities, and the pair of fives isn't all that great for a high either, but I still think I'm getting involved with it. Deuce three with a king and two diamonds. Not the nutted diamonds, but it's the second nutted diamond, so not the worst thing in the world. Looks like we're down to 9 players remaining. Somebody's just bumped up into first, up into the chip lead. I think I'm going to get out of the way here. I could certainly play that, but I could also get out of the way quite easily. Yeah, so I'm down in third now. Lucky to be good has just jumped up into the chip lead with 12,000 chips after knocking out a Swansea 72 in 10th spot. Ruslan is now our small stack in the tournament, and we are on the bubble for the final table. I should have probably played that with all those clubs now that I'm looking at that. The low draw is obviously pretty marginal, but I still think that I should be involved in this. I still think I should be involved in the clubs here. That, my friends, was a very nitty fold. Deuce 5 is definitely a playable low starting hand. The Jack Deuce of clubs is definitely somewhat of interest. And I'm probably going to play a completion here. If it was to go 2 bets, I probably wouldn't be playing 2 bets. That's obviously the best case scenario when I bring in and everybody folds and just gives me the pot case scenario in that spot. You know, I don't really think it could have worked out any better for me. I think that's a fold. Pretty comfortably in third. It's over 3,000 chips ahead of Boris Ravens in fourth, and over 5,000 ahead of Poker Griffin in fifth. So pretty happy with that. Ruslan is no longer our short stack, though. We've got Lanadin must be on the other table at 355 chips. Must be just hanging on for dear life and is going to be in with bring-ins or antes very soon. Got an ante of 100, so, well, they've just doubled up to 680. So that's still only 6 hands of antes, 7 hands of antes. Deuce 5, king. We're going to bring this in, probably play a completion if it gets that far. I think if it double bets, we would probably fold, but I think that we would have played a completion. Right, so pair of 5s v pair of 5s. I think we're definitely continuing with this. Our king could easily be the best. We're definitely playing now that we've got kings and 5s. And I think we're going to be putting Vapani all in this spot, frankly. And that's us. Boom, that's final table. We've got the binkage, and we are now second in chips behind Lucky to be Good, 14,000, in front of Evie, 10,000. Let me do some Twitter hype for the final table. And I think we're going to play this one for a raise with a pair of queens and the ace. It's not obviously not a great, obviously not a great low hand, but still something that I think wants to be played. Gonna put some more money in the pot here. The queens are going to be ahead here most of the time, I think. Certainly the aces and queens are going to be ahead here most of the time. I'm not necessarily putting Ruslan on a flush here, although it's certainly a possibility. I'm more likely thinking that Ruslan's going to be playing this as a low hand most of the time, and that Ray's coming in as a low hand. Even if he is playing a flush at this stage, I've actually got, the ace or the queen for a um, draw out anyways. So I'm pretty happy with that. And I think I'm just going to check call in this spot. Splitting that pot's pretty reasonable. I might have been able to take it away, but I don't even think I could with betting because it didn't really look like I had a very good low hand. So I mean, I really think that in that spot we're gonna, betting is pretty much irrelevant. Alrighty, so we are back and we're running. We're on the final table in. Are we in second still? Yeah, second chip position still. Pretty comfortably in second. Evie is 5,000 chips behind us in third, and Ruslan is 6,000 chips behind us in fourth. We're pretty close to first place. Lucky to be good is just above us, about 900 chips in front of us with 14,571. Being in this hand as well against Lanadin, now they're quite a bit ahead of us, a couple thousand chips in front probably, but that's cool. And we're definitely getting involved in here. No question. Ace 4-6 is going to be super strong. But, what can we do? Boris apparently thinks he's the best stud high-low player in the world. Nice to see him giving us all tips in the chat there. I could easily raise this here as well. I don't really think that. I think all the raise is going to do really is bloat the pot. I think most people are calling behind there for me. I'm really comfortable with my low at this point. Very comfortable with my low at this point. And I think that putting money in the pot is basically going to um, end up splitting, having a couple of people fighting for high while I take the low, or potentially even drawing to lows that are going to be way behind what I'm playing. Poker Griffin could be thinking about drawing to a low here and betting on a low. And I think it's pretty reasonable for me to be putting as much in as I can for him. Oh, and we bricked out our low. That bites, but we did take the high, so that's okay. We knocked him out, and that's cool. Actually, it's okay. It's better that we bricked out our low because if we hadn't bricked out the low, he would have taken high and split the pot and would have still been in. So now we're down to seven people, anyways, and that puts us in the chip lead by 700 chips. 8-6-4. I think we're definitely playing that one as well. 5-4-6-8. We're definitely playing that. I always like to acknowledge the people that call me stupid when I play this. Make sure that I, give them a nice thumbs up there. Make sure that they agree with. Make sure that they know that I agree with their assessment. And hope they come back for more, since I'm playing such a poor game of stud high-low. That's a pretty good card for our hand, obviously. What else can I say? We just hit the straight. We don't necessarily have the best low hand, but we're gonna have the best. We're actually gonna have the best both directions most of the time. We're definitely taking the top half of this pot all the time here, but we're gonna take both of it a lot too. Like that. Get them out of the way. The 7 deuce does play as a low potentially, but it's not really going to be a great one for the most part, so I'm going to get out of the way of that, I think. Uh, 10-6, king. The clubs, yeah, no, I don't think it's worth getting involved in. Lennon and Evie all in. Lennon takes it down. Evie, from their former glory of chip leader, now bottom stack. Bottom stack, 7th place. I think getting out of the way on this one is another good idea. Yeah, sorry about that. I just thought I was hearing some people knocking somewhere, but no, there's no one at my door. I have a doorbell anyways. If you think I'm necessarily going to hear you when you knock, you're probably dreaming. Evie all in now. Pair of 4s and it's a split pot. I think we're going to be playing the Ace Deuce 8. The Ace Deuce is always going to be a very strong couple of cards for low. Paired with the Ace or paired with the 8, you're actually going to be you're 3 cards to a low there. So yeah, I think you're in pretty good shape most of the time. The clubs are not inconsequential either. Neither is the fact that the ace and the deuce play into the wheel straight, which of course is a super strong hand in the stud high-low context. The king of clubs mildly plays into a high club hand, but we still have to go 2 out of 3 cards for clubs to make that work. Can happen, so we're not going to discount it entirely, but I don't think I'm putting money in to bloat this pot at this point. I think just seeing a free 5th is the way to go. The free 5th pairs our deuce, which is not really a very good situation for us. When everybody checks around, it means that our deuces are good sometimes, but I mean the deuces, unless they improve, they're just not going to be the hand that you're looking for most of the time. Now that's an improvement for sure. We've got the club draw, we've got a low draw now, so I think I'm definitely much more interested in this hand now. Comparing it to some of the other draws, I still don't think I want to bloat this pot very much. Although putting a bet in now is there's not very good odds for people to call. So a lot of hands, a lot of draws are going to be folding out with those. But that's actually a pretty good card. It obviously doesn't complete our club draw, but it does give us a low that we're pretty happy to play, I think, looking at the way the other boards are looking. Ooh, and we got beat on both ends there. That's cool. Still chip leader. Still cool with that. Definitely getting involved with the 3-5-6. Lots of straighty possibilities there. Definitely lots of good low hand possibilities there. This is a really good hand. This is the sort of super strong hand that you can scoop pots with to start on a stud high low. The only thing that makes this stronger is if you've got more suited cards here, but it really is. I mean, those sorts of the sort of 3 to 7, deuce to 7 kind of straight card draws are the way to go with that. I think it's worth putting money in here. Just see what Lucky Be Good there was wanting to play. Since I had just called to bring in pre. So the nine's obviously not the best card for our hand. Doesn't really play for anything that we might have been working on with it, and I think it's going to make us fold to this bet. Let Lucky and Boris fight it out. It'd be very nice to end this season on a winning note, so taking this tournament down would certainly accomplish that. Would be pretty awesome. Adding some $38 to our bankroll would be pretty cool too. That would mean that we finish the season with well over $600 in profit and well over $1,000 in total wins. We're already over $1,000 in total wins, so that's going to happen anyways. But the profit thing, we are at 598, and that's just aesthetically displeasing to me, frankly. 598 is there's just something wrong with that. It needs to be over 600. So we need to at least cash in this one to bump us up over 600. This hand, however, is not cooperating very well in that regard because we basically have bupkis at this point. And we have to click the fold button. Split pot there. As I said, that's one of the things that makes this game both interesting and mind-numbing at times because you see people all in, you get all excited that someone's going to get knocked out, and then, yeah, no, it's a split pot. Yeah, no, it's a split pot. Yeah, it's a split pot again. So we're working on a spade draw to a certain extent over here. The Queen of Clubs doesn't help us, but going to see at least one more street on this. That's a pretty decent street for us there, the pair of aces. I'm happy to keep putting money in, put the pressure on Lynedon, see if they want to get their money in now on a low draw. So looks like what they're playing with 6-3 and a couple of low cards here. So, oh, actually, no. They're in much worse shape than I thought. Oh, pair of aces, but I've got the kicker. Boom! And binkage for that. Lynedon is out in 7th place. We are still the overwhelming chip leader. 2 places to go until we are in the cash, in the cashola. Somebody's interested in discussing a deal 6-handed. That seems a bit optimistic, frankly. I don't think there's going to be a ton of other people interested in discussing a deal 6-handed in this tournament, frankly. I don't know that anybody's going to be interested in discussing a deal at all in this tournament, frankly, but that's I'm actually surprised to see one person, especially at this stage with, we're not even in the cash yet and people want to talk deal. Yeah, I'm going to fold that. There's not really anything on either end to play with there. Nice to see some folks out there watching. Say hello in chat. Of course, if you're not a follower already, oh crap, man! Mr. Staples has just hosted me on my final table, so that's pretty awesome. We're gonna get like overrun. 100. We went from 12 to 111 viewers. That is awesome. It's good to see everybody here. It is good to see everybody here. Thank you everybody for follows. It's gonna be really hard to keep up with everything, but I'm going to try my best to keep up with everything. Just to let everybody know, we're playing stud high-low here. It's the $3.30 afternoon game on full tilt. The tournament was a total of 29 people entered, with 6 now remaining. I am the somewhat of the overwhelming chip leader, some 7,000 chips ahead of the second place Lucky to be Good. So yeah, doing pretty well. I'm pretty happy with the situation. Playing now a pair of sevens. 7 deuce, 9. Not the greatest spot for high-low, but we're doing okay. Pair of 9s, 7s. I'm happy there. I'm going to be putting money in this now. I think, yeah, I think so. I don't really want to be trapping anybody with this hand that could suck out into a low, so I think we want to put money in this pot. And either just take it down here. I think we're going to take it down here a fair bit, because I don't really see anybody else drawing huge lows at this stage. So yeah, I think probably fold. Lucky to be Good, might see another street, but I think the folding is pretty reasonable there too. So, wow, I mean, by far, I've got the most viewers. So it's awesome to see everybody out there. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to Jamie Staples. I can't say that enough for hosting me today. That is just, it's the most awesome thing that's happened to me all week, all month, all year. Maybe my life. You know, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe my wedding days, but then I had divorce days. So, you know, those are even better. Maybe in a lot of cases. So, you know, who knows? It's great. 441, by far the most people that I've ever had on the channel. I need to watch my yes, it was Irish stud because I was playing Irish. I was playing the Irish tournament earlier. So it was Irish on one side and stud on the other side. Pair of threes. I'm going to keep calling on this because I've got lows happening here, and I'm pretty happy with the low that I'm drawing into, especially with what I'm seeing on Conger. Whoever putting Conger all in here, if they want to play, pay to play, you got to be all in. We're going to put you out here, or we're gonna double you up, one of the two. Or we're gonna split the pot, which is, you know, this is high-low, so 80% of the time it's gonna be a split pot, right? We're both gonna end out. So he's ahead of me on the high. I am now ahead on high. Oh, he is now ahead on high and takes it all. That is rather unfortunate, but it's gonna happen a fair amount of the time in these high-low games, so that's cool. I'm pretty good with the way I got my money in there. Yes, the follows are excellent. The viewers are excellent. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming over, and thank you, Mr. Staples, for the follow, for the host. That is just totally awesome. Drawing into a straight here very nicely. Just got. Thank you for the follows, everybody. Thank you for the follows. It is awesome to see all the follows out there. I'm not going to be able to keep up with all the follows while I'm playing for sure, but go Leafs go. Thank you. And Brew following me. We just hit the straight. We just banked out the straight there, so probably going to split the pot with Evie, I think. It'd be kind of nice to see Rustlin come in too, but yeah, it looks like we're going to be splitting this pot with Evie most of the time. Again, Chop, thank you for the follow. Thank you everybody for the follows. It is just awesome to have you there. And so yeah, split pot like I thought. Kicking 222. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much for the follow. King Queen 7. Probably not going to get involved in a high-low context with this. We're rainbow. There's really not much equity there at all. Psychoniac, thank you very much for the follow, buddy. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. All the follows. Out of Pez. I love the name Out of Pez. That is awesome, buddy. That is awesome. Thank you for the follow. Very very sweet follow. Very awesome name, Out of Pez. I love that. That is great. Smo, thank you very much for the follow. Smo _. Yes, I suppose everybody's wondering about the whole Irish thing. I should change my name. I was playing the Irish tournament earlier, which is the only reason the Irish is part of the name. I busted out of the Irish tournament two before the money. So now we're just playing the stud high low. So it's no longer Irish stud, it's just stud now, basically. Ace 5-4, obviously a pretty good stud high low hand. I'm not minding the diamond. The jack would be better. But yeah, they're totally two different games. And I was just playing the Irish earlier. I just busted out of it, so I'm not playing it anymore. Follows, thank you. Eaton Chips, thank you very much for the follow. I know I've missed people, and I apologize to the people that I've missed. But I'll just say now, thanks everyone for all the follows, and thanks again, thank you to Mr. Staples for the hosts, because that was just totally awesome of him to throw 500 people my way on my nice little channel here. So thank you very much, everybody. Gonna check back here. This is really not developing terribly well for me here. I do have the pair of fours, which is better than anything that Evie is showing, but I really don't think I want to put a bunch of money and bloat a pot in with that. Um, we don't have a low at all, and the pair of fours is really all we've got for high. So I think it's probably going to be a check call, depending on who. Paps the Hunter, thank you very much for the follow, buddy. Thank you very much for the follow. Evie takes it. We are on the. We're not on the bubble yet. We still have 6 people remaining here. I am still the chip leader, about 4,000 ahead of second place chip stack Lucky Be Good. 993. I think I want to see a street with that. The nines can definitely play out well. One of the problems with a hand like this is that when the nines develop, my low hand is very much crippled, and when the low hand starts to develop, well, nothing really happens with the nines. So Poker Fan 1986. Thank you very much for the follow, buddy. So I think with the king of clubs there, I'm not really getting much value out of that king at all with my hand. It's really not helping me in either direction, so I'm probably leaning towards the fold at this stage, depending on how things go. Obviously, if I get a free look at fifth, I'm happy with that. Mikey M85, thank you for the follow, buddy. Thank you very much for the follow. Thank you, everybody, for the follow. I know I'm missing people. And as far as chat is concerned, I'm going to try to keep up, but it's tough there, buddy. Thank you, McEdger. Good to see you here too, buddy. Thank you for the follow, everybody. SS Crusher, thank you for the follow, guys. Gonna check back here. The pair of nines is still really all I'm working on, and it's not looking good at this stage. So I'm very much in the check fold phase at this. Free roll, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you very much for the follow. For all the new folks out there watching, I'll just give a quick explanation as to what we do. This has actually drawn me into a straight draw again, which is not bad. So I'm relatively happy with that. Can't stand A1. Can't stand by. Well, whatever. Thank you very much for the follow. Songacast, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you very much, everybody, for the follow. Just a quick discussion of what I do here on Anything But Hold'em. It pretty much does what it says on the tin. We play anything but Hold'em here. I like to play all the games other than Hold'em. I got nothing against Hold'em. I enjoy Hold'em. I got 3s and 9s. This is probably going to be a losing call, but I have to see whether he's playing the flush or not. Wow. Wasn't playing the flush, but still beat me. Cripples, thank you very much for the follow. Ace 5-8, we're playing that one, I think, for a bring-in at least. Yeah, so anything but Hold'em, I'm playing all of the other games. I don't have anything against Hold'em. I actually play a ton of Hold'em, but there's a lot of people out there. Mr. Staples, who hosted me today, and thank you again for that, is one of those guys that does Hold'em way better than I can ever hope to do Hold'em. So I just leave that sort of ecosystem to guys like Jamie. And what I notice is that there's nobody streaming the other games. So if you're going to come out and play some, stud high low, I'll play some Irish, I'll play some Badoogie, I'll play some triple stud, I'll play some horse, stuff like that, and have some fun with some of the other games that you're just not seeing anywhere else. So if you want to watch HoldEm, go find people like Jamie and maybe Jason Somerville and people like that, Air Draken and guys like that. But if you're looking for something a little different, come hang out on my stream. We're going to be playing all sorts of weird games over here. Uh, I think I'm going to check back here. I think that Lucky could easily be capping me on both ends here right now because I don't have much of a high draw. I'm definitely calling here, but I don't really think I need to keep putting money in the pot. I could easily be scooping both ends. I could be losing both ends here. It's really, really up in the air at this point. And splitting is one of the other ways. No, they don't. Ace, deuce, three, Mithras, ace, deuce, 3, 4, 5 of hearts will play as the nut low 5, 4, 3 deuce ace, and it will also play as a wheel straight flush ace deuce 3, 4, 5 of hearts. So that gives you an idea. The flush does not work against your low hand at all. It's you can certainly play. So the suited wheel draws are the best one. Ben Zakura, thank you for the follow. The suited wheel is a wickedly powerful hand in this game. It's pretty much the nuts. If you've got ace, deuce, 3, 4, 5 suited, you've pretty much got the nuts in this game. It's not quite the virtual nuts because you can get a higher straight flush that will take the high pot away from you, but that's pretty unlikely. Of course, with my flush cards, I'm gonna be seeing some cards here. So Boris looks clearly like they're playing a good low. Very good chance that he's just paired his ace as well, I'm thinking. But I'm going to see one more card at least to see if my hearts improve. I really don't think my 10s are ahead of Boris at this point. I think that Boris has paired his ace on fourth. I think he's playing an ace something 3 was what he started with here. So Klinkhammer, thank you very much for the follow, buddy. Good to see you. So the question is at this point, do I think it's worth continuing to see if I can bink out a flush or a straight on this? I'm 2 cards away from both, and I really think it's probably not worth continuing with no low draw whatsoever. It'll be interesting to see what Boris turns over if I'm right about him hitting the aces there. Yes, I was right. 2 pair, even more ace 3, ace 3. So there you go. Alrighty, we're on a break. Thank you everybody for coming by. I'm going to take a quick break off stream, turn my mic off, turn the camera off, but I will be back very shortly. We'll see you soon. Okay, I am back. Let me turn my camera back on again. Hello, everybody. I am back. The camera's having a bit of trouble with my lighting here today, so if it flickers in and out for you a little bit, I apologize for that, but we will get her back there soon. So take the break off now. We are set to rock and roll. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out here. I do appreciate this. I need to change my title because this is really confusing people. No, I was playing Irish earlier. Is basically all that happened. So I whip my slaves back and forth. Thank you for following me. That's kind of a funny name. I like that. That's cool. Um, Thank you, Mithers, for covering the questions for me. Basically, I was playing Irish earlier. And I busted out in 8th place with 6 caches, so I just in front of the cache. I busted in the Irish, so just down to the stud high low now. 6 left, 4 places a cache. Still in the chip lead, although not nearly as commanding as I was earlier. It's just about 3,000 ahead of Lucky to be good. Still in a pretty comfortable position. Obviously, I'm not terribly unhappy with the situation, but not doing as well as I was. Um, so it's cool. The Irish was a fun game. I like that. I'm gonna have to play a bit more. I wish there was Irish on Stars as well. Zaz Dunreal, thank you for the follow, buddy. Good to see everybody following. This is just awesome. I can't express in words how much I appreciate Jamie hosting me. That is great today. Just getting the extra in. This is my final broadcast of January of season 2. I'm going to start season 3 February tomorrow with a weekly round 2 free roll game. That's $2,000 prize pool that I usually get into. And we're going to roll over the profits from this month into next month is the way it's all going to work. Had a pretty good 2015 so far. Over $1,000 in wins, which at my buy-in levels, $2 to $5 is pretty decent result, I think. And when we cash in this and take home the top prize, it's going to be well over $600 in profit for the month. So pretty happy with that result over 54 tournaments. And we'll roll that $600 into next month's bankroll and go from there. Yeah, Zaz, the Irish is close to Omaha, except for the fact that at the end of the hand, you're still only playing 2 cards in your hand. You have to discard 2 of your cards after the round of flop betting. But what that basically means is that if you're betting on anything less than the nuts on the flop, you're probably kind of silly. So it makes for super strong hands by the time you get to the river most of the time. It's quite an interesting. It's quite an interesting game. I won the first Irish tournament that I played here on Full Tilt last season on anything but Hold'em. This one I just barely missed cashing in, so I quite enjoy it. I'm going to play a few more of them as we go in. One of the problems, I just don't even think about coming over to Full Tilt to look for tournaments a lot of times. So, and I know that it works out well for me on the weekends. I can stream from Full Tilt, but during the week when I work day shift, it's really hard to find tournaments that aren't Hold'em to stream from Tilt because they either seem to run in the afternoon or late in the evening for me. So. This stud high-low, of course, is the $3.30 one that starts at 2:15 Mountain Standard Time on Full Tilt. I don't play it very often. I think this might be the first or the second time that I've played it. I'm more often playing Raz or 10 game here, frankly. See the Ace 6-9 with the suited spades. I think I'm gonna put a completion in there, see if Conger wants to keep playing or not. And yeah, I mean, I'm getting a fold there a fair amount of time. I'm reasonably happy if he keeps playing too. I don't have the worst hand in the world. Pair of nines, I'm probably going to throw a raise in too. Well, no, I think now that Lucky's in, I'm just going to continue with the completion or with the bring in and go from there. It is great to see everybody here. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you for everybody watching the program. It's awesome to have you. It's awesome to have everybody around. I think betting the pair of nines here, I'm going to be the best hand a lot of the time for high at this stage. It's looking to me like a flush draw over here. It's possible that Evie's paired or king, but I think that a flush draw is maybe more likely. I think that I'm pretty happy putting money in the pot. DMCK, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you very much for the follow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. I think I'm going to check back here, take the free seventh. I don't really know what Lucky is on here. I think it's probably going to be a split pot with me taking high and Lucky taking low, but it could actually go pretty badly for me as well, depending on the situation. But I think I have to call regardless. Split pot. That's the way that's going to go a lot of the time. H3-3, we're definitely involved in this hand as well. No question there. This is a very strong high-low hand. The pair of threes, the ace-3 is obviously going to be a strong two-card hand. Pair of threes is obviously not great, but it does mean that. But it's there's lots of reasons to be happy with this. I think I might actually be happier with an ace deuce 3 or an ace 3-4 than an ace 3-3, but I'm not unhappy with an ace 3-3. I also don't think I'm folding against Conger at this point very much. Now that Conger's showing a higher pair than mine, I can start thinking about that. Why, thank you, out of Pez. I appreciate it. Scooby22, thank you for the follow. Yes, well, what can I say? The role of Walter White was definitely a challenge. Was definitely a challenge for me. I'm going to get out of the way here. I just think that Conger's got me beat a lot of ways at that stage. So, thank you very much. Yes, Walter White was quite the challenge for me, and I really miss working with Aaron Paul. What can I say? Guy's a great actor. Guy's an amazing actor. When I was over in the UK playing poker last time in Nottingham, that's what everybody was telling me at the table, was that I was a Walter White lookalike. 4-5 queen. The 4 and the 5 are definitely worth some cards maybe sometimes, but I don't think this time it's worth playing. We'll just see what everybody else wants to do here. First place now is 38.28 in this tournament, $38.28, with min cash for fourth of $10.44 on our $3.30 buy-in. So, be a nice cash to end the month off with for my season here on Anything But Hold'em. Thank you very much, XSOS. I appreciate that. Garfrica, thank you for the follow. XSOS, I really appreciate the comments. I really love playing the different forms of poker as well, and you just don't see them very often. So it's, I think it's fun to talk about the different strategies you can play. Piera, good to see you, buddy. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much for the follow. It's it's good to talk about different strategies because you do play these games differently than you play other games. I absolutely could have played that hand with the ace queen. It's probably a little nitty of me actually to fold now that I'm looking at that. Um, and in fact, I'm going to play this 8-8-9, and this 8-8-9 is probably a weaker hand than in a high-low context than the one that I just folded is. So I probably I'm probably backwards in this, but what am I going to do? So I'm still pretty happy with my high at this stage. Clearly, it's possible that there's somebody out there with better than a pair of eights, but I think I would have heard about it by now. Um, so I really think that there was no pair, and Lucky is not paired as Jack. Lucky would have bet a pair of jacks. Could be clubs here, but again, I think Lucky's betting clubs at that stage. Well, that gives me a 10 to the gut shot, so I think I'm going to keep putting money into this pot, and I'm going to take it down a fair bit there. I think that if I check back, I risk splitting it a fair bit and risk even losing it a lot of the time. Pair of aces with a six. I think we're definitely completing here and putting some pressure on the table. So the pair of aces is always going to be a pretty strong hand to start off with. It's worth noting that in a stud context, your pair of aces to start with not going to be the strongest hand in the world. It's obviously nothing to throw away. I don't want you to get that impression, but it's not nearly as strong a hand as it is in a hold'em context. Just because of the way everybody plays individual boards and things like that. We're obviously calling 99 chips. Even if we didn't have a pair of aces, you can't fold this for the pot odds, right? So we're definitely calling it. Three of a kind aces. He's getting a low. He's not got. Oh, and he bricks his low, and we take it out, and Rustlin is done. So we're down to 5 players left on the stone bubble for the money. Well, King of England, I am apparently a dead ringer for the. I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy who plays Walter White in that series. Epic Mega Run. Thank you for the follow. And in fact, I actually agree. I've had a look at the series. I didn't watch much of the series, but I've watched a couple of episodes, and I actually agree that once he shaves his head, I am pretty much a dead ringer for Walter White. I am more of the pre-math version of Walter White. However, the post-math version of Walter White is a little bit more a little more grimy looking, I guess you would have to say. At least I hope I don't look like the post-math version of Walter White. So still in the chip lead, bit more of a solid chip lead now, 20,000 chips. This is a very big pot coming up. XSOS, thank you for the follow, buddy. Thank you very much for the follow. That is awesome, everybody. It's awesome for the. I just I can't say enough how grateful I am to Jamie for hosting me today and sending all of his folks over to watch me and listen to my stream. And thank you everybody for the follows. It's just been a tremendous day for me. Not really much happening on either end there. I suppose you could say that the queen six are diamonds that you can play with, but it's not really going to work out well for you. You're going to end in tears a lot with that hand, so it's best just to get rid of it at the beginning and wait for better cards. Looks like Evie's potentially scooping this pot. Although that check back is rather intriguing. Clearly, Evie did not have the flush. And that's it. We are now in the money. We are now in the money. Min cash, as I said, is $10.44. But of course, we're not looking at that. We're looking at the top prize of $38.28. That's the only real objective we need to have here. Did you expect poker? Yes, I believe that it's as an actor, I usually don't like to. No, I'm not actually Walter White. I'm joking about that, but um, I do bear a striking resemblance to the TV character Walter White from Breaking Bad, and I'm fairly happy to admit that. I'm wondering who the one person that's clicked the discuss a deal button here is. They've actually been clicked since we were six-handed, which I thought was super optimistic to expect when only four places pay to expect a deal six-handed was really optimistic, I thought. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Some people are pretty optimistic. Ace 8 Jack with these nutted hearts. I think I'm going to get involved with that. See if I can take her down pre. Um, I don't really want to see too many streets with this. I don't think. I think I'd rather just take it down now. Um, Sluska, yes, Irish is a no limit hold'em variant where you get dealt four cards pre-flop. Um, you play your pre-flop betting. You see a flop. You play the flop bet round, and you then discard two cards from your hand and play the turn and river with two cards. And best poker hand wins. So it's similar to No Limit Hold'em, but is also got some aspects of draw games and got some aspects of Omaha, I think, as well in it. So it's kind of a neat little hybrid game. Sign Oz, great to see you here. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much for the follow. 459 with spades here. I think we're going to get rid of this. I think I'm just going to let Boris take this one down. We are on a 3-minute delay, so your questions will get answered in chat 3 minutes later. I am trying to follow as much chat as I can. BFR237, thank you for the follow. I'm much obliged. I am trying to watch chat as much as I can, and you will get your questions answered as much as I can do. Het Gaimchi, I know I just mangled your name, buddy, but thank you very much for the follow. Despite the fact that I mangled your name, I do appreciate the fact that you're following and watching me. Well, yes, but even cooking the meth. I mean, I know that he wore the proper protective equipment and everything as a science teacher and all that stuff, but it still kind of screws with your body. It does, it gets through all the protective equipment. It's nasty, nasty, nasty stuff, even for the cookers. Yeah, I actually play those. I actually play those games quite a bit as well on Tamu. I used to play them a lot on the stream last season. And they're a great way to get used to those. But yes, you need to pay attention to when you're playing mixed games, and when it's the Raz and Stud combinations. It's so easy to miss that switch over, and it's so easy to get six streets into an awesome Raz hand and realize, oh shit, we're playing Stud. This is no good, my 7 high anymore. So yeah, it's never a lot of fun. Yeah, I think I can. I think I can accept that as well. Dedritor, I think I agree. I do sound a little bit like him too. I'm okay with that. Alrighty, I'm no longer chip leader, but we are down to 3 people remaining now. Gonna put in the completion here. The ace 7-4 is gonna be super strong in a high-low context most of the time, especially with the suited ace there. Gonna check back here, take the free 6th street. That's going to give me the low most of the time, although it's certainly possible that Boris is playing a low. I think I'm still going to put the money in. I think I still am, just hoping for a fold. It's not going to fold out very often, but yeah, I mean, we're going to be splitting this almost all the time. I like this hand, pair of sixes with a 3. It's not the strongest high-low hand in the world. The paired hands are not the greatest, because when you improve your pair to sets or something, it's really not helping your lows at all. That's maybe one of the best options that when they all fold to you and give you all the chips. That's, I never complain when that happens to me. That's, just thank you very much. I'll take those chips. All these diamonds are definitely going to be something that I want to get involved in, even with the one diamond out with Lucky there. I think I definitely want to be seeing fourth and probably fifth at least here as well. I can't believe we've got 275 people watching the stream now. That's just incredible. I think my high point before this was like 20, so it's pretty awesome to see 275 people watching and listening to my stream. Jim Boss, good to see you, buddy. Thank you very much for the follow. Good to see you here. I'm gonna keep going for one more street here, I think. Herr Marvin, good to see you here, buddy. Thank you for the follow. Sluska, thank you for the follow, buddy. Good to see you. We're gonna put Boris all in here, and with any luck, knock him out. No, we didn't get the low, but close enough. 8 King 10. We're gonna fold out of that. Not really gonna be something that we're hugely interested in. Three-handed, you got to open up your range a little bit more, but even still, this is one I think I play three-handed just to see how we go from there on in. I think I'm going to take this here a lot with this bet, and I don't mind that very much because it stops people from drawing into a low with me. CMU Stewart, good to see you here, buddy. Thank you very much for the follow. I've not seen pineapple anywhere out of Pez. I would be really interested to play some pineapple, I think. I would really love to play some of that, but I've not seen it anywhere online. I haven't looked at the offerings that Party Poker has, though, for mixed games. Definitely don't see pineapple here on Full Tilt, and definitely haven't seen it on 888 either. And it's clearly not on Stars. So those are the only three that I'm playing on at the moment. But yeah, I haven't seen pineapple. I do like pineapple, though. It'd be fun to play. It would be fun to do online. I'd really love to see him do more of that. Yeah, I think he could be right. I think Boris could be the one that clicked the deal button. So 367, I think we're definitely getting involved with this for a raise. We got a good low on that. Although everybody else is playing decent lows as well, but I mean, I think that it's got the suited connector 6-7 club. 367 plays into straights, so yeah, it's definitely a hand that you want to be. It's going to be Boris with the bring in on this one. I think we'll see a fourth street just because the 8-5 does play low. And I think with the king, we're going to get out of the way and let Lucky and Boris play this one out. I think you're right, King. I think it is Boris that's clicked the button. I don't see Lucky or I. We both came in with massive chip stacks into the final table, so I don't see either of us being interested in making the deal. Ontamu, thanks, buddy, for being here. Thank you very much for the follow. Deuce 4, I think I'm actually going to see a street with that. I was going to fold, and I don't really know why I was going to fold. That actually makes no sense for me to fold that hand. Now that the 10's come, and I've got 2 cards to a low and 2 cards to a high, it's more likely to be a fold, but Pin 525, thanks for being here, buddy, and thank you for the follow. Pair of fours versus Boris's pair of kings now. I'm obviously not going to bet into Boris. That's just silly to give him chips like that. At least not until I hit two pair, like I've just done. So I think in this case, I probably do want to put money into the pot. Um, Nobody else has a low at this point. Everybody else would be drawing to low, and unless somebody else has two pair, they're not going to be calling my two pair either. So I'm going to take this pot most of the time. I suppose I could check, but checking really does, I think, risk me um, either splitting the pot on the river or taking even losing it all. Somerville is a huge one for sure. Um, I think, yeah, Jay Carver, Somerville is clearly one of the main reasons why poker on Twitch has gone crazy. But you know what? I think that Jamie Staples is not a bad reason why poker's gone crazy on Twitch as well, because, you know, as much of a name as Somerville is when he brings things on, he's so irregular that it's hard to keep up with him. It's hard to follow, and it's hard to enjoy his stream as much. Jamie, you pretty much know he's going to be there, right? So yeah, I mean, I think that there's definitely those big name guys are really making poker go crazy, and there's other ones. I mean, Air Draken is going crazy. Xflix from PokerStars has been streaming a ton of stuff, and putting up some big numbers for followers and viewers as well. So I mean, there's a lot of people that are making it go, and I think it's because poker's a fun game. People like to watch poker. People like to play poker. Uh, and people like to see and listen to strategy about poker and listen to people talk about poker. So yeah, I think that I think that it's a real growth market. It's one of the reasons why I'm here. And it's one of the reasons why I jumped into this niche market because, I don't claim to be a professional player. I don't claim to be anywhere near the skill level of Jason Somerville or even Jamie. I'm a rec player. There's no question about that. But I love playing all the different variants of poker, and the fact that I don't see them anywhere bugs me. So I thought, well, do something about that. Play them. So here I am playing the other games and letting people watch me, and we're doing this. We're putting the Boris all in. Really no other option here. We got a 7-4 ace. We're going to be playing this well for low. Potentially suck out for high as well. That's not going to happen very often, and we're actually going to blow our low as well. Well, that was less than an ideal run out, but $38 for first. Three bet barrel. Three barrel. Deuce 3 queen. We're going to see that. I don't think they've got any reload bonuses at the moment, Stormer. Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of cases in here where I should have folded Mirage. I'm sure that's going to be the case quite often. I'm going to see 4th Street just to see what comes of my Deuce 3 low. That one's worth playing. White Tiger 2011, thank you, buddy, for the follow. Put some money in with that, I think, even though it's a bit of a donk bet since he was leading. Wooly 1980, thank you for the follow, buddy. Good to see you here. Continue the pressure now that we've started it. We're still just drawing into our low, but I think we still got to keep the pressure on. Obviously not the best. Obviously not the best 7th in the world for us, but what can you do? I still don't think that we did anything wrong on that hand, but it's just going to work that way sometimes. Definitely going to put some money in with that. We're drawing to a much better low than he has, and I'm good with that. Psychoniac, why do I bet there when he's got 2 pair? Because I don't really want somebody coming along with a low draw, hitting the low draw, and taking half the pot away from me. So I'd much rather take the whole pot there with a bet than give somebody a free draw to the low. That's why I put the bet in there with two pair. Because when I don't bet the two pair there, there's a very good chance that I think I was giving two people on that hand a free. I would have been giving two people a free draw, and I think both of them would have been drawing to a low, which means there's a very good chance that when I don't bet that, I split the pot instead of taking it all down. I'm going to fold this one out, let him take it. Yeah, actually, CMU Stewart, I do find it hard to follow all four of his tournaments. I tend to play at most two at a time on this stream. In part, that's because it's hard to keep track of the different games if you're playing more than that as well. But I also just find in pretty much anything that I play, uh, anything more than two starts to get really tough for me, and four is an absolute maximum. So I'm not sure what happens to Butters. I've watched him a bit, but hang on, I've got to take a quick break here. I've got somebody at my door. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, folks. Delort, the reason you can't find the rules of Irish Stud anywhere is because there is no Irish Stud. I was playing a game of Irish on one screen and a game of Stud 8 on another screen. Right, so I'm going to come back now. I should have actually come back when I sat down, but yes, I am back now. Sorry about that. Just had somebody show up at my door. I had to go answer the door. So still three-handed. I am still third in chips now, but I think we're going to see this, and we're going to want to put money in on this one. I think the low is looking good for us, although we've been bricking our lows pretty bad so far, but that's cool. It can't last forever. We got to start hitting our lows at some point. Payouts. Let me go through the payouts for Hoof. We have got 38 bucks and change up top, 38.28 up top. Second place, 22.62. Third place, 15.66, and fourth place is 10.44, which has already been paid out. So 15.66 is our next cash out. I'm definitely putting money in here as well. We're drawing out to now with the pair of sevens. I think we're going to have the best high hand as well a lot here, and the best low draw. And now I think we're scooping this pot. Nice one. Hey, if you're winning money, that is really all you can ask for. Poker is about having more money after you stand up than you had when you sat down. And if that's what you're doing, then, obviously you want more than 65 cents. But hey, you're winning money, buddy. Texan 18, good to see you here, buddy. And thank you for the follow. Brave Slice, good to see you here, buddy. Thank you for the follow. God, my Twitch alerts is gonna melt down here with it's never seen this much action. I'm still pretty happy with my situation here. I think that there's absolutely no reason in the world why I can't win this tournament still. Gonna get rid of that. Viking Royal, good to see you here, buddy. Thank you very much for the follow. Got a pair of fives with a seven. I actually like that. I think three-handed, the fives are going to be a pretty strong hand. And I've got a decent draw as well. Ace to eight, actually ace to five in this game. It doesn't matter. You ace to 5-4 3 deuce ace is the best low hand. And actually that's a really good high hand as well because it's obviously the wheel. So the ace deuce 3 4 5 is a super strong hand in this game. Checking back here because my draws are getting a little worse, but I definitely think I'm continuing here most of the time. Because I think we're going to split this pot a fair bit. Just like that. Yeah, I mean, I think Flocan, if you're just learning poker, you know, break even is damn good. You know, break even is a positive. Um, if you're just learning, you know, it costs most people money to learn poker, frankly. So if you're breaking even at it, that's a bonus, buddy. King Jack 5. I'm going to raise this, I think. Try to take it down without contest. Not really going to happen very much against Boris, but that's cool. Going to keep the pressure on. Going to keep the pressure on, especially now with the kings. I guess I'm all in here with the kings. He could easily have a flush to beat me. Um, is it worth folding to see another hand, or with 4,000 chips, do I really have anything that I can? Can I really believe that my kings are ahead for the top? I mean, I obviously don't have a low, so there is nothing there. So all I'm playing for is half the pot. Do I have enough chips to play another hand? I don't really think I do, so I think I've really got no choice but to hope that he doesn't have a high hand. So looks like third place for me, but we'll see. Split pot. Good deal. Good deal. Alrighty, so still in on the skin of my teeth. This is definitely going to be, I think I'm actually going to come in for the full completion here. Maybe that was the wrong move. Probably should just come in. Probably shouldn't have represented my hand so strongly there, frankly. I don't know. I'm going to see a street here. In fact, that's actually the one I should be raising. You know, yeah, I'm not. This has not obviously not been the best of last couple of hands for me, but yes, I should actually have been raising this one and should have been bringing in the other one smaller. I think Lucky to be Good continues. Oh, I'm surprised that Lucky to be Good does not continue. It's hard to figure what they've got back that they're not continuing with there. I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. Very strange. The 4-6, I think I'm going to going to continue. I hate nines in this game. Anything with a nine is just a garbage card for the most part. Um, I think that Lucky is playing a high hand for sure at this point, so I'm needing to draw 2 out of 3 cards into a low, and I just don't think that's going to happen often enough for me to continue here. Um, or suck out on a high, and or suck out on a high. So thank you, Kicking. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Ooh. All right, Boris is way up top now. I think I'm going to complete with the pair of jacks against Lucky. Keep the pressure on, I believe, with the pair of jacks. That king obviously could have given him a pair of kings, but I don't think there's anything I can do about that at this stage. And especially now, I'm not really as concerned about his pair of kings as I was before. Split pot, no surprise. Well, Kicking, as you saw, yeah, I think I probably didn't need to bet that there. You're right. So yeah, it certainly made it a tough decision for me when that happened. I thought I was too out of Pez. I mean, as I said, I said it looks like you're going to be out third here. So it was I really didn't see how the Kings could be good there. But again, and the reason that I called there, I think I'm getting out of the way here. I don't really see how I'm going to draw out good here. Um, the reason I ended up calling was not because I thought my Kings were good, as much as I looked at my chip stack and realized I didn't have any chips to play with next hand. So the 3% chance that my Kings were good there was better than only having 4,000 chips on the next hand. Was kind of what I had there. So I really, it was really just, oh, I'm done with it. Let's throw them in and be finished with the tournament kind of deal. So yeah, I'm pretty happy that I ended up back in. I'm pretty happy. Got 4, 5, 6 here. I'm definitely gonna see another card. Um, and I think I'm putting the bet in now. And I'm gonna take this down a lot because the odds are just he doesn't really have any odds to call there. Um, and that just means I don't have to worry about bricking the river or seventh. So, anyways, Kicking. I'm not sure that makes you a passive or a bad player. I think actually my bet there was probably a little bit spewy, frankly. So, yeah, I think I was being a little spewy. I need to see with the ace four, see how that develops. I'm not obviously not thrilled with the king, but I'm actually gonna continue because it gives me good rep possibilities. Um, and I actually predict a check from Boris now. Um, yep, there we go. And this gives me a chance to bet here and take the pot down. The four. I wish the four. I wish it hadn't been a four there. But so I actually think that we could scoop this. Now split, but I think we could have scooped it a lot of times. I actually thought I was out there too. So it's I'm clearly in with the spade draw here. Seven of hearts gives us a nice pair. Not a great pair, but a decent pair, and one that I think I want to put money in on, just because I'd rather take it down here instead of giving people free draws. Uh, Guy getting out of the way with the king queen. No, actually, I think I'm going to raise the king queen nine. Um, it's really hard to know what Boris is thinking right now. I've been having trouble figuring out what Boris is thinking all day. Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the kind of hand that stud high-low players wake up in the middle of the night just having finished a wet dream about. These are absolutely gorgeous. And I should have just brought in, I don't know why I'm completing so much on those, frankly, because it's just a bad deal. Um, and I'm just putting him all in. There's no question. So, and we're all in. That's the low and the high. Scoopage. So we're heads up now against Boris, wondering if, and it was definitely Boris that was looking at the deal because we still have the deal button clicked. So I don't know if I should click the deal button with Boris and talk, but I think I'm going to play this out. I think, frankly, I want to play this out. I wonder if Boris even remembers that he's clicked the deal button. Um, I think with the king there, it's not drawing into my low at all. It doesn't help my high very much, so I think we're just going to get rid of it here and move on to the next hand. I like the 3-3 with the 7-3. This is going to be pretty strong heads up most of the time. I'm going to keep putting money in with it, I think. It looks like his low is drawing out better than mine, which probably means I'm not going to be able to muscle him off the pot. Oh, I guess I'm wrong. I thought I was going to say that looked like I wasn't going to be able to muscle him off the pot, but apparently I can muscle him off the pot. Ace Jack King. I think I'm going to complete this and see if he folds to me. He does not. That's cool. We will check a call here or take the free card. Seeing the three hearts now, with the way that I played this originally, we might have got folds with that. We still might get some folds here. Still might get some folds here. Split pots. Oh, he takes it all. He takes it all. That's cool. That's going to happen. Well, I'm getting out of the way on this one. Just too much split up and down. We're going to hopefully draw out to our high, and he's going to hopefully brick out a low. There we go. That was exactly what we'd hoped to happen. Binkage. Gotta like that. We're yes, we have no clue what we're doing. That's why we're here playing you heads up, buddy. Neither of us have any clue what we're doing, obviously. Throwing the bet in here. Yeah, we bricked out our low. And I don't really think I'm going to bother to try to, he's going to call me every time. And Berkey Martin for him. So we double up again, 15,000. I'm not actually. I think this is bronze status in Edge, and this means that I am a true poker player, which means I play at full tilt, I think is the only thing that means. Raising the pair of nines. Hopefully he bricks his flush. He bricks his flush. And we double up again. NVMna, good to see you here, buddy. Thank you very much. Yeah, Boris is a little pissy. Yeah, Boris is hilarious. He's fun. He's been raving. Actually, he was on the beginning of the game. He was. I remember I was on the first table I played. I was on with him, and he was raving on that table as well. So Binkage. Putting him all in with my pair of fives. And that's the game. Boom. We take her down 38-28. I got to admit, I'm sure that having the host from Jamie and all you people come and watch me has got to have given me the edge here because that was just awesome. Thank you, Terrapin68 for Thank you for the follow, buddy. That is great. Thank you, everybody, for coming and watching today. This was just totally awesome. Taking it down on stream. While we're still on stream, let me update my totals. Let me go to my data sheet here. I came first for $38.28. So that means we end January 2015 with a total of $1,060.30 in wins, $635.47 in profit, which gives us an absurdly high 149.58% return on investment. I mean, that's just an absurdly high value. Pipey G, thank you for the follow, buddy. Very much thank you for the follow. I'm just thrilled with the way this month has gone. I'm thrilled with obviously the way that this last day, Jay Pestana 70, thank you for the follow. And I hope you guys will all follow me and check out next month when I am rolling my $635.47 profit into a bankroll to start playing next month. So thank you all for coming by and watching me. Thank you again to Jamie. I can't say that often enough for the follow and for the host, sending all of you guys over here. It was just great. And thank you for coming and watching me take down this stud high-low tournament. I will be back at noon Mountain Standard Time tomorrow, which is roughly 18 hours time from now. I will be back with a deuce to 7 game, a $2,000 ticket-only free roll that I play often on Sundays. So again, thank you very much for coming by, everybody. Follow me, check me out tomorrow, and come back again when we play anything but HoldEm. I'm out.